What would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? Think about that for a moment. What is the biggest, most ambitious goal you've ever dreamed of? You see, most people don't even let themselves dream that big. They set their sights low because they're afraid of failing. But what if I told you that the only limits you have are the ones you set for yourself? Today, I want to challenge you to dream bigger than ever before. And more importantly, I want to show you how to make those dreams a reality. I'm going to give you the tools, the mindset, and the strategies to achieve your most ambitious goals, whether that's building a business empire, reaching financial freedom, improving your health, or living a life full of purpose and passion. Over the next 2.5 hours, you'll discover that the only thing standing between you and greatness is you. You'll never achieve what you don't dare to dream. Let me start with a story. When I was a young man, I had small dreams, just enough to get by, just enough to survive. I thought if I can just make enough money to cover my bills, that'll be good enough. But I quickly learned something important. Small dreams don't inspire great actions. They don't stir your soul. They don't make you leap out of bed in the morning with passion. The moment I allowed myself to dream bigger, my life began to change. I want you to ask yourself, am I dreaming big enough? Are you setting goals that scare you a little? Because if your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough. The first step to achieving your most ambitious goals is to expand your vision. Dare to dream big. Don't settle for mediocrity when greatness is within your grasp. Clarity of vision is the foundation of success. Let's get something clear. You can't hit a target you can't see. You can't achieve your goals if you don't know exactly what they are. One of the biggest mistakes people make is having vague, undefined goals. They say, I want to be successful, or I want to make more money, but what does that really mean? Without specificity, those goals are just wishes. When I was 25 years old, my life took a dramatic turn. I met a mentor who asked me, Jim, what do you really want? I thought I knew, but when he pressed me, I realized I had no clear vision. That day, I sat down and wrote out exactly what I wanted for my life. Not just success, but a detailed description of my financial, personal, and professional goals. That clarity became my roadmap, and it made all the difference. To achieve your most ambitious goals, you need a crystal clear vision. Define what you want down to the smallest detail. Break it down into specific, measurable, actionable steps. A vague goal will never inspire the action needed to achieve it.
The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, but you need a map.
Once you have a clear vision, the next step is to break that vision down into smaller, achievable milestones. Let me tell you something important. No one achieves greatness overnight. Success is built one step at a time, one day at a time. The problem is, most people get overwhelmed by the enormity of their goals. They see the mountain and think, how will I ever climb this? When I set my first major financial goal, earning $1 million, it seemed impossible at first. But then I broke it down. How much did I need to make in a year? In a month? In a week? Once I had those smaller, manageable numbers, I could see a path forward. Each milestone I hit brought me closer to my goal. Break your ambitious goals down into manageable chunks. Set specific, time-bound milestones that you can work toward each day, week, and month. Every small win builds momentum toward your ultimate success. You cannot achieve what you do not believe is possible. One of the greatest lessons I ever learned is that belief is the foundation of achievement. If you don't believe in yourself, if you don't believe in your ability to succeed, then it doesn't matter how big your goals are, they'll remain out of reach. Let me tell you a story that illustrates this. In my early career, I was struggling to make ends meet. I wanted to be successful, but deep down, I didn't believe I had what it took. My mentor could see this, and one day he sat me down and said, Jim, your success will never exceed your belief in yourself. That hit me hard. I realized I had been limiting myself, not because of my circumstances, but because of my mindset. Belief is the key to unlocking your potential. If you don't believe you can achieve your most ambitious goals, you'll never take the action necessary to make them a reality. Cultivate an unshakable belief in your abilities and watch how it transforms your life. Dreams don't work unless you do. Here's where the rubber meets the road action. You can have the clearest vision, the most detailed plan, and the strongest belief in the world, but without action, nothing happens. I want to make something very clear. Success requires massive, consistent action. Not occasional bursts of effort, but daily, focused action toward your goals. Let me tell you about a time in my life when I learned this lesson the hard way. I had big dreams and I was doing just enough to get by. But just enough is never enough. One day my mentor pulled me aside and said, Jim, you're coasting. You're not pushing yourself. That was a wake-up call. From that day forward, I committed to taking massive, consistent action Every day I did something that moved me closer to my goals. Commit to taking action every single day, no matter how small. The key to achieving your most ambitious goals is consistency. Don't wait for the perfect moment, create it through relentless action. Fear is the thief of success. Everyone experiences fear and doubt, especially when pursuing ambitious goals. It's natural to feel afraid of failure, of rejection, or of stepping outside your comfort zone. But here's the thing, fear will either paralyze you or it will propel you forward.
The choice is yours.
When I was just starting out, I was terrified of making mistakes. I was afraid of being laughed at, of failing in front of others. But I quickly learned that fear is just a feeling, it's not reality. The only way to overcome fear is to face it head on, to take action in spite of it. Don't let fear stop you from achieving your goals. Fear will always be there, but it doesn't have to control you. Take action despite your fears, and you'll find that courage grows with every step. Success breeds success. One of the most powerful forces in achieving ambitious goals is momentum. Momentum is what happens when your actions start to compound, when every step you take builds on the one before it. The more you achieve, the more confidence you gain, and the more motivated you become to keep going. I remember when I first started seeing success in my business. At first, progress was slow. It felt like I was pushing a boulder uphill. But then something amazing happened. Things started to click. My daily actions began to pay off, and momentum took over. Success became easier because I had built a foundation of effort and persistence. The hardest part of achieving your goals is getting started, but once you build momentum, success becomes almost inevitable. Keep pushing until the wheels start turning, and then ride the wave of momentum to greater heights. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Let's talk about something that's absolutely essential to success: discipline. Achieving your most ambitious goals requires more than just motivation, it requires discipline. Discipline is what keeps you moving forward on the days when you don't feel like it. It's what helps you stay focused when distractions and obstacles come your way. I'll tell you a story about a time when I nearly lost everything. I had become complacent, too comfortable with my progress. I stopped being disciplined and I lost focus. And guess what? Everything started to fall apart. That experience taught me that discipline isn't something you practice once in a while, it's something you live by every day.
Discipline is what separates those who achieve their goals
from those who don't. Develop the discipline to stay focused, to keep working, and to do what's necessary even when it's hard.
Persistence is the key to overcoming failure.
Here's a truth that most people don't want to hear: you're going to fail. You're going to encounter setbacks, obstacles, and challenges along the way. But the people who achieve their most ambitious goals are not the ones who never fail, they're the ones who never give up. When I was just starting out in business, I failed over and over again. There were times when I wanted to quit, when I thought maybe I wasn't cut out for success. But each time I failed, I learned something.
Each failure brought me one step closer to success.
Failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of the journey. The only way to truly fail is to give up. Stay persistent, keep learning from your mistakes, and success will come. Your mind is your most valuable asset. To achieve your most ambitious goals, you must commit to lifelong learning. The world is constantly changing, and if you're not learning, you're falling behind. One of the best investments you can make is in your own education, whether that's through books, courses, or mentors. When I was a young man, I didn't understand the value of learning. I thought I could figure everything out on my own. But as I began to surround myself with successful people, I realized that they all had one thing in common: they never stopped learning. That realization changed my life. Commit to learning something new every day. The more knowledge and skills you acquire, the better equipped you'll be to achieve your most ambitious goals. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. One of the greatest factors in your success is the environment you create for yourself. The people you surround yourself with, the habits you cultivate, and the mindset you develop, all of these things either support or hinder your progress toward your goals. I'll never forget when I started changing my associations. I realized that some of the people I was spending time with were holding me back. They didn't believe in my vision, and their negativity was weighing me down. So I made the difficult decision to distance myself from them and seek out people who were already successful. That decision changed everything. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, challenge you, and believe in your vision. Your environment will either lift you up or pull you down, so choose wisely. Success is not just the destination, it's the journey. One of the most important lessons I've learned is the value of celebrating small wins along the way. When you're pursuing ambitious goals, it's easy to get caught up in the pursuit of the big prize and forget to acknowledge the progress you've made. But every small victory deserves to be celebrated because it's those small wins that keep you motivated and moving forward. I remember the first time I hit a major milestone in my business. It wasn't the end goal, but it was a significant step forward. Instead of rushing on to the next challenge, I took the time to celebrate that moment. It gave me the energy and confidence to keep pushing toward my ultimate goal. Don't wait until you've reached the finish line to celebrate. Acknowledge and celebrate every small win along the way because each one brings you closer to your goal. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. There will be times on your journey when everything feels like it's falling apart. Times when you're tired, discouraged, and ready to quit. But it's during these tough times that your character is truly tested. It's easy to stay motivated when things are going well, but real success comes from staying motivated when times are tough. I've been through some difficult periods in my lifetimes when I lost everything, times when it felt like nothing was working. But what kept me going was my vision. I knew that if I kept pushing, I would eventually break through. And I did. Stay motivated by keeping your eyes on the prize. Remember why you started in the first place and use that vision to fuel you through the tough times. True success is not just about what you achieve, it's about what you contribute. Achieving your most ambitious goals is an incredible feeling, but true fulfillment comes from giving back. The more successful you become, the more opportunities you have to make a positive impact on the world. Whether it's through mentoring, charity, or simply helping others along the way, giving back adds a deeper sense of purpose to your journey. One of the greatest joys of my life has been the ability to share what I've learned with others. Helping people achieve their own goals has given my life a meaning far beyond personal success. As you achieve your goals, remember to give back. True success is measured not just by what you achieve, but by the positive impact you have on others. Patience is not about waiting, it's about how you act while you're waiting. Achieving your most ambitious goals doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, effort, and most importantly, patience. In today's world where everything seems instant, we become conditioned to expect quick results. But the truth is, anything worth achieving takes time. You have to plant the seeds and nurture them consistently before you see any real growth. When I started in business, I wanted results right away. But the more I rushed, the more mistakes I made. It wasn't until I learned to be patient, to trust the process, that I began to see the success I had dreamed of. Embrace patience as part of your journey. Great achievements take time, and the ability to wait without losing focus or enthusiasm is one of the greatest strengths you can develop. Criticism is the price of admission for success. Anyone who has ever pursued ambitious goals has faced rejection and criticism. People will doubt you, they'll tell you it can't be done, and sometimes they'll even try to tear you down. But here's the thing, the more you achieve, the more criticism you'll face. Early in my career, I had big ideas and not everyone supported them. Some people outright rejected me and others criticized me behind my back. At first it hurt. But eventually I realized that rejection and criticism are signs that you're doing something significant. People don't criticize mediocrity, they criticize greatness. Don't let rejection or criticism stop you. Instead, use it as fuel to prove the doubters wrong. Let your success be the loudest answer to every critic. Ambition without gratitude leads to emptiness. While ambition drives us forward, it's equally important to practice gratitude along the way. It's easy to get so focused on the future that we forget to appreciate the present. But true fulfillment comes from balancing your desire to achieve more with an appreciation for what you already have. I've seen many people chase success so relentlessly that they forget to enjoy the journey. I've been guilty of it myself. But once I started practicing gratitude, being thankful for each step forward, each lesson learned, I found greater peace and contentment, even in the midst of striving for my goals. Ambition should be paired with gratitude. The more grateful you are for what you have, the more you'll be prepared to receive everything you're working toward. You can't pour from an empty cup. In the pursuit of success, many people push themselves to the brink of exhaustion. They work long hours, skip rest, and sacrifice their well-being, believing that this is the only way to achieve their goals. But here's the truth, rest and recovery are not luxuries, they're necessities. There was a time when I worked non-stop, thinking that taking breaks would slow me down, but instead I found myself burned out, losing motivation and making poor decisions. It wasn't until I learned to prioritize rest that I truly became productive again. Rest and recovery are just as important as hard work. You need to recharge your mind and body in order to stay sharp, focused, and motivated on your path to success. Success is not just about what you accomplish, it's about the legacy you leave behind. As you work toward achieving your goals, it's important to think about the legacy you're building. What impact do you want to have on the world? How do you want to be remembered? True success is not just about personal achievement, it's about leaving behind something meaningful that continues to inspire and uplift others. When I think about my journey, I don't just think about the milestones I've reached. I think about the people I've helped along the way, the lessons I've shared, and the positive impact I've had on others. That's the legacy I want to leave behind. Think about your legacy as you pursue your goals. What will your life stand for? How will you be remembered? Focus not just on achieving success, but on making a lasting impact. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. Visualization is one of the most powerful tools you can use to achieve your goals. By creating a mental image of your success, you program your subconscious mind to act in alignment with that vision. Many of the world's most successful people use visualization to stay focused and motivated on their path to greatness. When I was just starting out, I would spend time each day visualizing what my success would look like. I'd see myself accomplishing my goals, living the life I dreamed of, and that vision drove me to take action. Over time, that vision became my reality. Spend time every day visualizing your success. The more vividly you can picture your goals, the more your mind will work to make them a reality. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. One of the greatest obstacles to achieving your most ambitious goals is self-doubt. That little voice in the back of your mind that says, "You're not good enough," or "You can't do this."
The truth is, everyone experiences self-doubt, but successful people learn to silence that voice and push forward anyway.
There were many times in my career when I doubted myself, when I wasn't sure if I had what it took to succeed. But every time I pushed through that doubt, I discovered new strengths within myself. Recognize that self-doubt is a normal part of the journey. Don't let it stop you. Push through the doubt, and you'll discover that you're far more capable than you realize. Stay humble. The higher you rise, the more important it becomes. As you work toward your goals and start to achieve success, it's crucial to stay humble. Success can sometimes lead to arrogance, and arrogance is the enemy of growth. Humility keeps you grounded and open to learning, no matter how much you've already accomplished. I've seen people who achieved great success only to lose it all because they became arrogant and stopped learning. They thought they knew everything and didn't need help from anyone else, but the most successful people I've known remain humble, no matter how high they rise. Stay humble, no matter how successful you become. Humility opens the door to continuous growth and lasting success. Your weaknesses don't define you, how you deal with them does. We all have weaknesses, but how you respond to them makes all the difference. Some people let their weaknesses hold them back, while others turn them into strengths. You don't have to be perfect to achieve your goals, but you do have to be willing to confront your weaknesses and work on them. In my early years, I struggled with public speaking. It was a weakness that terrified me. But instead of letting that fear stop me, I worked on improving my speaking skills every day. Over time, what was once my greatest weakness became one of my greatest strengths. Don't run from your weaknesses. Embrace them, work on them, and turn them into strengths that will propel you toward your goals. The strongest people are not those who never fall, but those who get up every time they do. Mental resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, to keep going even when things get tough. It's one of the most important qualities you can develop on your journey toward success. Life will throw challenges your way, but if you have the mental toughness to keep moving forward, nothing can stop you. I've faced many challenges in my life, financial struggles, personal losses, business failures. But each time I made the decision to get back up and keep moving forward. That's what resilience is all about. Develop mental resilience by embracing challenges and setbacks. Each time you overcome an obstacle, you become stronger and more prepared for the next one. Success without integrity is failure. As you work toward your goals, it's important to remember that how you achieve success is just as important as the success itself. Integrity, doing the right thing, even when no one is watching, must be at the core of everything you do. Without integrity, success is hollow. There were times in my career when I was tempted to take shortcuts, to compromise my values for the sake of quick success. But each time I chose to stick to my principles, and in the long run, that decision paid off. Never compromise your integrity for success. True success is built on a foundation of honesty, ethics, and doing the right thing. Confidence comes not from being perfect, but from taking action. Many people believe that confidence is something you're born with, But that's not true. Confidence is built through action by taking small steps outside your comfort zone and proving to yourself that you're capable of more than you thought. When I started in business, I wasn't confident. I was filled with doubt and insecurity. But each time I took action, each time I achieved a small win, my confidence grew. Over time, I became the confident person you see today, but it all started with those small actions. Don't wait until you feel confident to take action. Take action first, and confidence will follow. You don't have to do it alone. Many people believe that achieving ambitious goals means going it alone, but that's not true. The most successful people know how to ask for help when they need it. Whether it's seeking advice from a mentor, delegating tasks to others, or simply asking for support, learning to ask for help is a crucial part of success. Early in my career, I thought I had to do everything myself, but as I started to surround myself with people who were smarter and more experienced than I was, I realized that asking for help wasn't a sign of weakness, it was a sign of strength. Don't be afraid to ask for help on your journey. Surround yourself with people who can guide, support, and uplift you.
Success is meaningless without balance.
Many people believe that achieving their most ambitious goals requires sacrificing everything: relationships, health, personal happiness. But real success is about finding balance between work and life.
If you achieve success at the cost of your well-being or your relationships, is it truly success?
There was a time when I was so focused on my work that I neglected my personal life. I thought that in order to succeed, I had to give 100% to my business. But over time, I realized that true success comes from balancing work with rest, ambition with relationships. Don't sacrifice everything for your goals. Find balance in your life and you'll be happier, healthier, and more successful in the long run. The journey is just as important as the destination. In the pursuit of ambitious goals, it's easy to focus entirely on the end result, the destination. But success is not just about reaching the finish line, it's about enjoying the journey along the way. Every step you take, every lesson you learn, every challenge you overcome is part of your success. I've achieved many of my goals, but looking back, some of my most fulfilling moments were not the end results, they were the experiences along the way. The relationships I built, the lessons I learned, the obstacles I overcame, that's where the real joy comes from. Don't wait until you achieve your goals to find happiness. Learn to enjoy the journey, and success will become a more fulfilling and rewarding experience. Your most ambitious goals are within your reach. Now it's time to take action.